Hello folks, this is Craig Lane with Health Alchemy. We're going through the spring garden and this is part 3 because we've had such rapid growth. I didn't get it in here fast enough, but you can start to see like this thing was empty and now you can see like the bacopa, for example, is the green one, right? There's my finger, right there. More like the ivy looking one. And then we have there's 2 wood bees that seem to really like this comfrey. You can see the little wood bee guy there. And they just appeared when the comfrey appeared. This plant did not exist a month ago. So there's the giant comfrey plant. It did not exist a month ago. So this plant has grown this much in a month. Pretty much everything, you can see that's comfrey there. And you can really get in on the flower. Really nice. And then the golden berries are here. There's a golden berry and heavy vegetative growth. It was only about half this size a month ago. And really that's kind of the story here. If you look at the old videos, I'd highly recommend doing so. There's some Afghanistan poppies there. They've grown, you know, everything's growing about 2 inches a day. You can see the nettles here. That was about that big. Where's that other one? They were, you know, they were tiny. And we're just seeing this massive growth. People are saying there's CO2 in the atmosphere. I don't know. But the little field nettles here, these are really nutritious, folks. Really worth having around. The gravel root came up. I talked about this. This is going to be about 6 feet tall when it's all said and done. So that's gravel root in this pot here. And you can see the cattails are coming up. There's the cattails. That's calamus root. There's a whole bed of it right here. I don't know if the gophers like it or not, so I'm keeping it somewhat protected, and I have some that are exposed to see if they do eat it. There's a yellow dock there with a, right here is a yellow dock. It's flowering. The botanist called this an unspectacular flower, and you can see there's a little ladybug in there. Where'd the ladybug go? It's crawling up the stem there. Probably hard to spot it for the camera. And then as you can see, I'm just going to go another broad swath today. We'll do it through some detail plants. This is the artichoke plant, and see how it's covering up. See, the gynostemma likes the morning sun, which is that way, and the afternoon sun, which is that way, is burning hot. So the plant is actually cooperating with the other plant to protect it, and I arranged it sort of that way. Moving right along, you can see the goticola here. This was all yellowed out and not happy, and then the bacopa here was yellowed out and not happy, and as soon as it gets warm it starts to come up. See these weeds, this is self-heal here, this weed right here, so we tend to get those out before they get too big because I have a really invasive form of self-heal on the property. Let's see what else can we show you here. And you can just see the rapid growth. See, there's the nettles again. They were really tiny, they're growing about 2 inches a day. Some of you will appreciate the hops. This is the hops here. And it's trellising, I'm trellising it on this belladonna. I don't know why I'm thinking that, but I couldn't take out this plant. It's got some magical properties and I gotta know about killing it. So this belladonna will keep, we won't use it for much. Interesting papaya here. Last time I filmed there wasn't any growth. So this is a little papaya, and it's facing the afternoon sun, kind of that way, so there'll be like a shade cloth here of some sort to shade it. My buddy Brian Laufer said it doesn't like direct sun, so I'll take care of that. Some chickweed was a surprise. This is chickweed right here. And you know it's chickweed from other plants because it'll have a white flower. Stellaria is its Latin name, so you'll see this white Stellaria. I think it's a 5-petaled flower. And there's lots of weeds growing in here. You know, I don't really know what some of these are. Like this one. What is that? This right here. It doesn't taste like much, but it doesn't taste bitter, so it's probably okay for consumption. And yeah, we're even getting another surprise is that right there is purslane. So we'll have purslane this summer. It's another plant that has a lot of slime associated with it. So we'll want to definitely nurture that along and keeping the weeds out. You can see the Afghanistan poppies here. This whole bed, this was all dirt just a few weeks ago. Astounding, actually. What else is new over here? There's a dill in here. See, the dark colored one here is the dill, and the light colored one's a fennel. So I figured we have some fun and dig these out with the comfrey at some point. This calendula over here, this calendula really took off. So we're having some good fun with the plants, and finally we're going to go over to the herb mound to finish off today's talk, and then show you. This was where there was nothing, a dirt hill, and now you can see it's no longer a dirt hill. It's full of plants in a month. This is what pre-planting can do for you, folks. You got a compost bin over there now. And the mulch, we have a wood pile there for a fire pit over there. We're gonna have an outdoor composting toilet at some point. And then all the medicine's growing and all the food's growing. So we'll do more specifics later, but we'll just finish off with a few. Here's a Dong Quai, and this is an Angelica. I have a beautiful flower. If you haven't seen Bleeding Heart, this is Dicentra formosa, I believe. Dicentra, just a lovely plant, and so it grows under the trees. That's where it's planted, under the trees here. Sea buckthorn. And then there's more over here, see, shaded out. And then the miner's lettuce, as you can see back here, the miner's lettuce there is shaded by the trees here also, because the afternoon sun beats down on them. So we're trying to keep the tender plants happy. This mallow here, this malva mallow, see how it looks like a hand? See? Good plant to help people serve, and it's very good slime. The borage stem too, if you take that borage and open up that stem and eat on it, on the inside there, it's very slimy, and it's good when you have that cough that is really irritated. I never know what I'm going to see on these videos, folks, sometimes, so we're just kind of chilling as we end it, And then there's the mullein, another good lung plant. It's not quite the Fibonacci sequence like this last one I had, but I need to get some mullein tincture going, so this is a perfect time to harvest. And you just have a look around at just how much everything's grown. The Malabar spinach, a gift from a friend, is now quadrupled in size. The bed straw, the cleavers, as you can see here, this is the cleavers. Very sticky. And you can see the nettles and the bed straw here, the cleavers here. And all kinds of stuff is just coming up. And we have a gopher problem, but I decided not to do a, instead of putting a screen down under this big hill here, I decided just to leave the weeds underneath, and I thought the gophers might leave it alone, but they're not, and they're digging holes in here. So we're starting to look at, what are we gonna do about that? But you can see this California poppy here. The last house I lived in, the gophers went for the California poppies, the dandelions, the plantains, the celandine right here. So what they do is they're very stealth. They'll set up their feeding holes, and then suddenly in the course of days or weeks, your garden will be gone, because if you don't keep on the feeding holes, they will take advantage of you. So that's why you got to stay on it and poke holes and make sure that they know that they're not welcome in the garden. And psychically, you can do it also. So this is about the 9-minute point. I don't like to go longer than 10 for these, but just a general swath. Again, here's another view from the backside of the watery part of the garden, as you can see there. And that's full of goticola and bacopa, and we'll end on watercress. So there's watercress. You don't see it in the city much, but it likes to grow out in nature in the watershed, and it grows right in the creek. And what's interesting about this plant is it will root. I don't think I have a place I can pull one that tried to root, but they have a little white root wherever they land. So they'll send a runner out like this right here, and then it'll land on the soil, and then a white root will pop out. And I believe in botany that's a xerophyte. So yeah, I believe that's a xerophyte. So there you go. This is Health Alchemy Garden, rapid growth. That's why springtime's so important, folks. You really want to be on it. You want to be preparing for a season ahead of time. So prepare for your spring and the winter. Prepare for your summer and the spring. So I'm starting to look at my summer plants already, and that'll be the next video, is getting ready for summer, I guess, because it comes on fast. And yeah, you want to be ready. Okay, bye, folks.